Hi there, Alan Grant, Senior Animal Care Assistant for the Scottish SPCA, the Glasgow Rescue and Rehoming Centre, and I've got another video for you, and this video is a wee bit different. This video we're going to do a wee bit of training. But before we do any training, there's a couple of things I want to talk about, and one of the two things mainly. One of them would be, before we do any training, we need a marker. And the other thing I want to talk about is the value of a reinforcer. And a reinforcer just basically what comes after we've marked it, what's going to reinforce the dog, what's going to make the dog more likely to do the behaviour we've marked again. So we'll start off with a marker. So you've got two types of marker that most people use. One would be a verbal marker and the other would be a clicker. Now, if you're going to use a clicker or a verbal marker, you need to load it up. And that just means we need to click and treat multiple times to the dog, forums in association with the click, meaning that a reward's on the way. Same if you're going to use a verbal marker. Otto has both. His verbal marker is yes, and you'll see it's a pronounced yes rather than just the word yes. And it's the same process. You just say the word, reward the dog, say the word, reward the dog. And the way I normally do it would be 10 or 15 repetitions of either the click and treat or the marker, or the word yes and treat. Leave it a couple of hours, do another set of 10 or 15, leave it another couple of hours, do another set of 10 or 15. Might do this over 2 or 3 days to basically when you either press the clicker or say your marker word, the dog responds or looks at you or acknowledges that there's something going to be coming, so it's now paired and the dog now understands that you can then use that to mark an appropriate behaviour. So I ask Otto to sit and I'm just going to load him. As soon as he's in the position, I press the marker, the clicker, and that lets him know that's what I want. So we're going to say to him down, and then I mark him in the position that I like. I don't need to use the verbal, I can say to Otto, stand, yes, and then I can feed him. So every time I say the word or use the clicker, he gets a treat. Even if by mistake, when I'm talking, I press the clicker, he still gets rewarded because it's not his fault that I press the clicker, it's my fault, he shouldn't miss out. And that then just means that he can trust me that if I click or that, he gets his reward. The other thing we need to look at is the reinforcer, what you're going to use to pay the dog when it gets it right. And I've got a kind of Otto here. Sit. Good boy. What I've got here is just a couple of ideas of things that I use. So we've got his dry kibble here, I've got some cut up hot dog, and I've got some dehydrated liver. I use various other things, but out of these three, I know what order Otto would prefer to have these just through the amounts of various training we've done. So I've offered him dry kibble, which I've been giving him just to demonstrate at the beginning. He responds and he takes it no problem. He's a Labrador after all, and he'd probably take anything. But I know what his favourite is, and if I'm going to train him something brand new that he's never done before, I'm going to use his favourite, and these are two of his favourites, probably the liver, then the hot dog, and probably the hot dogs, then the liver. And I always use these kind of two when I'm doing training. I normally mix the two of them up so he doesn't know what he's getting. So once you've got your marker loaded, and if you say yes, I'll just do focus to the foot, or your clicker, and you can then use it to mark appropriate behaviour, down, and I've clicked just to mark them, and then I reward them with the high value.